What's going on, everybody? Dorsey Mag Gaming here again. And today I want to talk about something that was brought to my attention in the comments section of the new Naruto trailer. And this comes from the Darian77. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description. The Darian77, this one's for you, man. I appreciate the feedback, and this is just a perfect example of if y'all talk to me or ask me anything, man. Look, I'm gonna reply. I'm gonna get back at you. If you asked about a particular game or a topic, I love that because it builds that relationship between me and y'all. So that's awesome to me. But I'll read his comment word for word. He says, "It looks nice so far, but from what I've seen, many people would prefer this game to have an offline option rather than forcing players to be online just to play." And he's referring to Naruto, the new Naruto game that's coming out. He said, "Would you mind doing a video expressing your thoughts on the pros and cons of the game being an online exclusive, as well as pros and cons of it having offline options?" A great video, by the way. Just subscribed. Didn't know they had English dub trailer out yet. English sounds nice, but I'd rather have the original dubbing. And I appreciate that as well. He also commented and stated, thank you. He said, "As a gamer, I can't truly enjoy online-only games. I want to know if I am in the minority." So, the Darian, or if I could just call you Darian, that's cool. TD77, how's it going? But, really, man, no, you're not alone at all. Now, Shinobi Striker is coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and I want to say Steam. You do have Naruto online. That is strictly online. But Shinobi Striker is going to be on consoles. However, with that being said, he brings up something that is near. I'm going to sound like Stephen A. Smith for a second. He brings up something near and dear to my heart that I heard on a personal level. Hey, but that's real talk. Seriously, because, okay, let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. Let's deal with the pros. Let's take care of what the Darian77 is asking me here. The pros to online gaming. Okay. I'm not just a super fan of online only games, but they can be really fun. So some pros would be, number one, there's always somebody to play with. You cannot go wrong with that. You know, everybody can't have friends over all the time, may not have family over all the time. I grew up playing with my brothers on the game. Y'all see my post about Madden. I'm playing with my kids on the games, but in some instances, it's fun to be able to not only play with somebody else anytime you want, but also be able to kind of test your skills, like even in Madden, or Dragon Ball Xenoverse, you get so good against computer, it's not even a challenge. So you get to play against the human component and get that challenge in there. So that's awesome. Another benefit of online gaming or a pro is that things are patched very quickly because the servers are all online. So everything is, pretty instantaneous. Not only that, but also as far as the game itself, you can there's more depth to the game because it's not limited to a physical disc in a sense. Having the server strictly online, you can add so much to the game. Perfect example, and I'm going to use this example throughout the video, is Destiny. Destiny is one of those games where you can clearly see the benefits, the pros and the cons to it. As far as the pros, I've met a lot of awesome people playing some online games that we still play games together online today. Also, Destiny is a massive game. Not only that, but the community actually has a voice, and you don't have to wait to the next rendition of that particular game for that voice to come to fruition. Because, like for Destiny, people was complaining about the Vex Mytho class when it first came out. However, they patched it, within a couple of days or a couple of weeks. You didn't have to wait till the next game came out. And I mean, you know, and for me, that's really the only two pros. Because honestly, my personal opinion, I like more offline games for these reasons. Now, here are the cons. Here are the cons for online gaming. I mentioned the servers. That's a big thing. Servers, if the servers go down, you ain't playing nothing. You see what I'm saying? You're not playing anything. Another thing, that community essence of it can be a pro. It can be good and it can be bad. Game developers have to find that perfect yin and yang with offline and online games, or with online gaming, because like I said, the pro on the flip side of the community was, hey, they do what the people ask. But on the flip side of that, if you got the majority saying one thing that might not necessarily be good for the game, for instance, Destiny, they nerfed one of the best weapons in the game because players in the online portion of the game, the PvP portion of the game, had was getting wrecked by this Mytho class. Okay, so they nerfed it. Now, the people that were offline, or not necessarily offline, but the people who play PvE, the game was the gun was awesome because it just melted everything, And what they did was, basically, the people that really used the online portion, which Destiny is all online, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, the PvP people caused that gun to be nerfed. Not only that, but it damaged Destiny in the future because mostly all the exotics were nerfed. Not only that, but you would bust hours and hours into these raids only for the gun that you get to be garbage because it's been nerfed, because people in the online community complain. Another con to online gaming is everybody don't have internet. I know it sounds crazy. We live in the 21st century. It's 2007. And, you would assume that everybody has internet, but everybody doesn't. Not only that, but everybody doesn't have a great internet connection, which brings me to my next and final point on the cons of online gaming. That different people have different internet speeds. Lag is a serious issue. And when you're playing in a game like Naruto or Xenoverse, it's bad enough in shooting games. It's even worse in fighting games because you're always engaged in a fighting game. And any kind of latency or lag can cost you the entire match. Now, pros for offline gaming is exactly the opposite. I mean, for games that you can play everything offline, I'm a fan of that. That's why I'm not such a huge fan of Call of Duty and Battlefield. I mean, I like a campaign. I like a story. I like to have the option to play online, not to be more forced towards playing online. Another thing with the online gaming is there's a ton of microtransactions, a lot of play to win, a lot of mods and stuff like that. Playing online or playing offline, like I said, you got that physical copy. You could play offline. They got campaign modes. And the online community isn't so involved with necessarily how that game is going to play out like they did with Destiny. That's why I prefer offline gaming or being able to play offline as opposed to online. I like, especially with fighting games, to have somebody beside me. We talking trash or whatever the case may be playing the games. When you play online, you kind of miss out on that, especially like I said in fighting games, because that lag, it'll cost you the match. It ain't no could, it probably will, Then you'll be having a good match with good stats or something like that, say in Madden or something, and somebody quit and your stats just go kaput because they didn't finish the game. or you get a lag or internet drop and then you winning and you just lost the game because the internet dropped. There's a lot of pros and cons to both. Me personally, I prefer offline. So the Darian, you're not alone in that, man. Nah, I don't think that you're in the minority, man. I can't say you're in the majority or the minority on that instance, because we cannot determine how many people like to play offline or online. I will say this: it's not going away, and the reason why it's not going away because it is a cash cow, man. These people literally, because you remember PlayStation 3, we didn't have to pay to play online. Xbox 360 did. Sony saw the money they were making for that. Not only that, but we have to consider too that in order for them to advance and have the servers that they have, in order for them to provide the content that they provide, there is going to have to be a fee involved. Now, I will say this. PlayStation Network, to me, is not as good as Xbox Live Gold for this one reason. Well, two reasons. Number one, the servers go down more often. Number two, and it's a very big reason, is the free games that you get every month, man. The free games for PlayStation Plus aren't that hot. They're indie titles, which isn't bad, but I don't want that on my console. Xbox Live Gold actually gives you those really good games. You know, they had Sleeping Dogs, they had Killer Instinct was a free game. And they give you actual games for your free games. Where PlayStation doesn't do that. I think the only real game they gave was, two was Infamous First Light and NBA, I think 2K15 or 14. One of those two was free. One thing that I wish the PlayStation Network would do, and this would bring a lot of people to their service, is give them PlayStation Now along with their subscription. I think that would be epic, you know. But to get back to your point or your question, or rather analysis, I think that would, offline gaming it really depends on the game, man. Because like I said, Destiny, if you've ever played Destiny, it was a lot of good in that. Now, as far as fighting games, I'm not a big fan of online in fighting games. I'm not, because of the lag issue, because of the latency, because of the server issues, I want to be able to play a game when I want to be able to play it, because when you go to a tournament, if you ever see the pro gamers in the tournaments, they don't play online. They're playing side by side, so that lets you know right there, online has its flaws, and like I said, I really think it's just a business move. They say it's to connect people around the world, but I really feel like it's just a business move, because then they could charge you for being able to play online, But I don't like online only thing. My thing is, if a game is online only, don't give me a disc for it. Because Destiny gave you a disc and it's online only. You got to be connected to the servers. The Crew, same thing. Elder Scrolls Online, same thing. Why even give me a disc if I'm going to have to be connected to the internet to play it? So I do, to be fair, I like those hybrid games where they give you the option to play online or give you the option to play offline. And my final point is, the majority of games now are multiplayer online games. No more are the days where you have the couch co-ops, the people can, you can have people over playing side by side, man. I work in that GameStop. I get a lot of people come in, families. It's like, hey, what are some good multiplayer games for my family or for my kids? And it's like, what console do you have? Xbox One, PlayStation 4? Man, it's not a lot. Even Need for Speed, it went to online. You know what I'm saying? So, it's tough, man. It's tough. But all in all, man, good question. I hope I've shed some light on it for you, man. I'd love to continue this discussion. But I appreciate you for reaching out. Y'all don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. If y'all got a question about a game or anything like that, y'all want to discuss a game y'all want me to cover, leave it in the comment section, man. Don't forget to sign up for that Madden challenge. For that Madden 18 giveaway. All you got to do is go watch that video, like it in the comment section. Let me know what console you want to win it on. So I'm getting up out of here, y'all. Till next time, God bless.
It's me, Piccolo. Don't forget to like and subscribe.